Before I was even in heaven, I saw Jesus. I was lifting out of my body. I could see the doctors working on me. And I could see my parents in separate rooms, and I was freaking out. I didn't know what was going on. But then I was sitting on Jesus' lap, and he had the angels sing to me. And after he calmed me down, he had one of the angels fly me to heaven. With Jesus, he had brown hair, a brown beard. He had beautiful bluish-green eyes. And he had a smile brighter than any that I've ever seen. And in heaven, what he'd be doing is he'd be walking around, talking with people, being with people. The only person that doesn't really walk around heaven is God, because he has to sit on his throne, hold the world. Yeah. Being with Jesus was a lot like being with that one friend that whenever you went to their house, you just loved it because their mom would bake you cookies, or you got to do something over there that you couldn't do back home. And when the parents came to come and get you, you'd always hide because you never wanted to leave. Being with Jesus is a lot like that. You never want to leave his side.
Well, Okeana Kramerik, one of the things in the movie, she's a Lithuanian American. Her parents were atheists. She'd never been to church a day in her life. And her experience is very, very different from Colton's. Jesus started visiting her in visions and dreams, okay? So she never had a near-death experience. She never almost died. And she's just proof that God has all kinds of ways to reach people, amen? And here's Jesus. I still believe you need to know Jesus, but Jesus is fortunately not limited to our resources and just our methods to reach people. And here he is talking to this little girl who's obviously an incredible artist, and at age 8 paints that painting. And we ventured out to one church, our first church we ever spoke to in Colorado Springs. And one of the persons there that year saw the documentary about Okeana Kramerik on CNN and said, boy, she sounds just like Colton. Her descriptions of heaven, all the colors and everything, and was mesmerized. So she contacted us and said, you need to see this. So I had Colton look at this painting. And I said, okay, Colton, what's wrong with this painting? And he just froze. Colton, what's wrong with this painting? And he's just locked. And Colton is a very, very black and white person. You know, he doesn't say he gets up at 7:30. I got up at 7:27. He's still that way, okay? If you want to have discriminating, okay, he says, Dad, that's right. It is the only painting ever. And when I put that in the book, I anticipated all kinds of people to contact me and say, well, I saw Jesus, I went to heaven, and he didn't look like that. I've had 0 people do that, 13 million copies later? I've had thousands of people say that's exactly what he looks like.